in April. He is considered a critical witness following testimony from former White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson. The next hearing for the committee is Tuesday morning, but it has not said who is testifying. Congressman Jamie Raskin tells Politico the focus will be evidence of a, quote, tremendous convergence of interests between the domestic violent extremist groups and the broader MAGA movement. Joining us now, senior legal affairs reporter at Politico, Josh Gerstein, is reporting on the prosecutions of those who stormed the Capitol. Josh, where do things stand now?
Well, Mika, I mean, it's not that the Justice Department has not been moving on these January 6th prosecutions. We're looking so far at about 855 people who have been arrested in connection with the events of January 6th, making this by far the largest investigation and prosecution of a criminal event in U.S. history. And about 40% of those people have already either pleaded guilty or been found guilty at trial. So it is a massive undertaking. To the extent people have complaints about it, it's really about how far have reached into the upper echelons of the Trump orbit, not so much in the overall effort that the Justice Department is making, which has been mammoth.
Josh, this is Gene Robinson. What does the committee want to hear from Pat Cipollone? He probably will not talk about his direct conversations with President Trump. He might claim executive privilege or lawyer-client privilege. What can he tell them that they need to know?
Well, I think they want to see if he will verify key elements of Cassidy Hutchinson's very compelling account. Remember, she claims that Pat Cipollone told her that they were going to be charged with all kinds of crimes, including fraud and obstruction of justice and so forth, if they allowed President Trump to go forward with his plan to visit the Capitol on January 6th, presumably after the rally that he held there, which did not happen. But the question is, will he show that her account is accurate? It's come under attack by various people since she delivered it a week or so ago. And so that's, I think, the primary thing they'll be looking for Cipollone. He won't testify, as we understand it, as you say, Eugene, about his direct contacts with the president and their exact conversations. But it sounds like he will talk about what he said and did with other people in the White House. And it would be pretty significant to hear that concern from him, because remember, this is a Trump loyalist through and through. I mean, he defended Trump in the impeachment hearings, and so he's someone who clearly was in the president's corner politically, but to hear these concerns about potential criminal charges against the White House staff will be pretty dramatic if that's the testimony that comes forward from him.
So, Josh, tell us, if you will, the role this testimony, videotaped as you said, could play in the January 6th committee hearings next week. We know the one on Tuesday is scheduled to be about the Trump world's ties to hate groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. But it seems like this may fit in more to the other one, Thursday, which at the moment is slated for prime time, potentially even the finale of the committee's presentations. How central do they think Cipollone's testimony will be to that?
It could be pretty central to that. I mean, Cipollone had his hand in a lot of different things. For example, this issue of the coup at the Justice Department. Remember, the president was toying with the idea of replacing the attorney general, which would have probably, or the acting attorney general, which probably would have resulted in the resignation of everybody at the Justice Department. Cipollone was directly involved in that activity. So he had a hand in, according to the accounts of people we've talked to, resisting a lot of aspects of President Trump's effort to fight back against his loss in the November election. And so I think he could be a very pivotal role. But you're correct, Jonathan. It doesn't seem to fit exactly with the Tuesday hearing on the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys. It seems more to fit with the broader themes of the committee, perhaps going into some sort of a wrap-up, high-profile wrap-up hearing that they may be trying to stage.